All right, so on to the third of four types of factorizing that we're going to learn to do, which is factorizing quadratics. Okay, I think your book calls it factorizing quadratic trinomials just because there's three terms, so trinomial, three terms, okay? But more generally, just factorizing quadratics, quadratic being something with an x squared in it. We've encountered that term before. So factorize x squared plus 8x plus 15. So if we think about the two methods we've had so far, the first one was to find something common to every term. There's nothing which divides into x squared, 8x, and 15 evenly. Okay, bar one, but you wouldn't bother factorizing by one generally. So there's an x squared here and an x here, so you could take x out of the two of them, but there's no x to take out here. There's no number then which divides into all of them, so that method isn't going to work. And when that method didn't work, what we tried next was splitting them up into two groups of two. If you've only got three terms, you can split them up into two groups of two. But that is the method we are going to use here. We just need a little technique to kind of force this to be four terms, and then we can use our two groups of two. Okay, so there's a little method we need to learn at the start of these questions, but once we get the hang of that, it is just the previous ones that we were doing again, the two groups of two. Okay, so that method we need to learn is what's called the guide number method. Okay, so the guide number in one of these quadratics is the number on its own at the end. Okay, so these things, standard form would be x squared, x, just a number. Okay, so that just a number, the constant, is what's called your guide number. Okay, there is later examples we'll do. We won't probably do them till next year, where the guide number will be slightly different. But for now, you can always just take the guide number to be the number on its own at the end. So guide number of 15. What do I do with the guide number? I always write down all the factors of 15, okay, or the pairs of factors of 15. So the two numbers which multiplied together give me 15. So 1 multiplied by 15 is 15. Is 2 and anything? No, 2 goes into 15 7.5 times, so I'm only looking for whole number factors here. Does 3 go into 15? Yes, it does. So 3 and 5 are factors of 15. Does 4 go into 15? No, it does not evenly. No, it doesn't. Does 5 go into 15? Yes, it does. It goes in 3 times. But once I get a pair of factors that repeats like that, I can stop. So there's all the pairs of factors of 15. All right. I would go through them in order like that. Okay. So you're going to get some numbers where they have lots and lots of pairs of factors. If you go through 1 and something, 2 doesn't go in, 3 and something, 4 doesn't go in, 5 and, yes, I found a repeat, I can stop. If you kind of go down through them in order like that, you'll find all of them, you won't miss any. All right. If you kind of just come up, if you kind of go, 3 and 5 and try and just kind of write them down as they come into your head, you're more inclined to leave one out, and you might leave out the pair of factors that you need. Okay. So, look, we'll see that done a couple more times in other examples, but there's my pairs of factors of 15. What I am looking for is the pair of factors which add up to give me 8, to give me the number in front of just the letter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split that 8x up into something x and something x. That's where I'm going to get my 4 terms from. Okay, so you are looking for the pair of factors which add to 8. That's 3 and 5. So you're going to split 8x up into 3x and 5x. Okay, you're not doing anything to the 15 at the end. You're not doing anything to the x squared at the start. Okay, so now you can see I've got my two groups of 2. Okay, so that's what the guide number method does for me. It tells me what to split up that middle term into. So 8x into 3x and 5x. All right. Then I've got the previous type of factorizing questions that I was doing. So I will do them the same way. Okay. So look, if that's a little bit confusing after the first time you've seen it, I'm going to do 2 more examples now, and you'll see it's the same thing time after time. All right. So x squared plus 3x, what do they have in common? X divides into both of them. X squared divided by x is x. 3x divided by x is 3. 5x plus 15. 5 divides into both of those. 5x divided by 5 is x. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Do I have the same thing in both brackets? Yes, I do. So I have done this right. Factorize out the x plus 3, which is common to both. And I'm left with x plus 5. So that goes in another bracket, and there's my answer. Okay, so whenever I factorize, my answer should be something multiplied by something. That's what I've got. I've got x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 5. All right, so if all I'm asked to do is factorize it, I'm done. I'm ready to move on to the next question. What I'm just going to do now is multiply this out again, see that I get back to this, just to show that this does actually work. So whenever you factorize something, you can multiply it out, expand it out, and if you get back to your question, you've done it right. Okay, so to multiply this out, I'll do it in a different color because it's not part of the kind of factorizing answer. X multiplied by x is x squared. X multiplied by 5 is 5x. 3 multiplied by x is 3x. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15. Do I have like terms there? Yes, I do. 3x and 5x adds together to give you 8x. So this is x squared plus 8x plus 15. Yes, that is my question. So I've obviously done that correct. All right. As I said, I will do 2 more examples. So first one, x squared plus 10x plus 24. So my guide number is my number on its own at the end. So guide number is 24. I write down my pairs of factors of 24. So 1 goes into 24 24 times. Does 2 go in evenly? Yes, it does. 2 goes in 12 times. Does 3 go in evenly? Yes, it does. 3 goes into 24 8 times. Does 4 go into 24? Yes, it does. It goes in 6 times. Does 5 go into 24 evenly? No, it doesn't. Next one, 6 goes in evenly. It goes in 4 times, but once you've found a repeat pair of factors, you can stop. You're not going to find any new ones. So there's all the pairs of factors of 24. If you're not too comfortable doing that division quickly in your head, or if it's an awkward number, you can just get your calculator out and go 24 divided by 1 equal, well, divided by 1 you don't have to do, but whatever it is divided by 2, whatever it is divided by 3, whatever it is divided by 4. If it goes in evenly, you write it down. If it doesn't go in evenly, don't write it down. As I say, when you get 24 divided by 6 is equal to 4, that's a repeat, so you can stop. So I am looking for the pair of factors which add up to give me 10. So which pair of factors here add up to give me 10? It's 4 and 6. So I am going to split 10x up into 4x plus 6x. I've still got my plus 24 at the end, and I've still got my x squared at the start. I haven't changed them. Okay, so I haven't really done anything to the solution here. Or to the question here. I've just written it in a slightly different way. Okay, I've just split the 10x out into 4x and 6x. Okay, and the reason I do it is because it will give me these two groups of 2. And if you've done it right, if you've used the guide number correctly, you will be able to then factorising it using two groups of 2. Okay, so it's quite a kind of artificial, contrived method, but as I say, it lets us use that way of factorising we already have. So it's just a little bit extra onto the start of the question, and then it's what we've done before. So x squared plus 4x. What divides into both of those? It's x. X squared divided by x is x. 4x divided by x is 4. 6x plus 24. Just be careful here. This is something I found people were slipping up on previous ones you were doing on work you submitted. You need to factorize out the highest common factor. Okay, so 6x plus 24. You could factorize 2 out. What happened if you factorize 2 out? You'd get 3x plus 12 in the bracket. That's not the same as what's there. Okay, so you need to factorize out the biggest number possible. So what's the highest number that divides into both 6 and 24? It's 6. Okay, so you could factorize out 2, you could factorize out 3. They're not going to give you, though, the correct answer. You need to factorize out the highest common factor. So it's 6 that we factorize out. 6x divided by 6 then is x. 24 divided by 6 is 4. Do I have the same thing in both brackets? Yes, I do. So I've done this right. Just factorize that out then. X plus 4. That leaves you with x plus 6. So that goes in the other bracket. Okay, that's that one done. So something multiplied by something, that's what the answer to a factorization question should look like. All right, if I multiplied it out, I would get back to the question. I'm not going to do it here. All right, last example then I'm going to do in this question. Only slight difference to this one is that it's a minus in the middle. I'll show you how to deal with that in a second, but for now we'll just start as we started the other two. So what's our guide number? It's the number on its own at the end without a letter. So your guide number is 8. What are the factors of 8 then? What are the pairs of factors of 8? Well, 1 goes in 8 times. 2 goes in 4 times. 3 doesn't divide in evenly. 4 goes in 2 times. So I've got to repeat so I can stop. So there's my pairs of factors of 8. I want the pair of factors which is going to add up to minus 6. Okay, so these numbers need to multiply together to give me plus 8, but add together to give me minus 6. So how would I get that? Well, if you change both of those to a minus. So what's minus 2 multiplied by minus 4? It's plus 8, because 2 minuses give me a plus. What's minus 2 plus minus 6? Sorry, what's minus 2 plus minus 4? It's minus 6. Okay, so it's minus 2 and minus 4 that I use. All right, so I am going to split minus 6x up into minus 2x minus 4x. Sorry. All right. Order wouldn't matter. I could put the 4 first and the 2 second and it would still be correct. Still got my plus 8 at the end. Still got my x squared at the start. So 2 groups of 2. X squared minus 2x. What divides into both of those? It's x. X squared divided by x is x. Minus 2x divided by x is minus 2. Minus 4x plus 8. What divides into 4 and 8? It's 4. Okay, so again, 2 would divide into both of them, but you need to factorize out the highest common factor. So the highest number which divides into 4 and 8 is 4. Now, I want, looking at this other bracket, I want plus x inside my bracket. So I need to factorize out minus 4, because minus 4x divided by minus 4 is going to give me the plus x that I need. Okay, so it is minus 4 that I factorize out. Okay, so we saw that in a previous video where if this was a minus in the middle, sometimes we might factorize out a positive, sometimes a negative. More often a negative, I would say, but just check for both. So you're going to factorize out minus 4. Minus 4x divided by minus 4, minus divided by minus 8, plus x, and then plus 8 divided by minus 4, plus divided by a minus is a minus 8 divided by 4 is 2. Same thing in both brackets, so I've done it right. As I said in I think the last video, if you did get the x and 2 in here, just the signs were wrong, probably all you've done wrong is factorize out the wrong sign here. So just check that. If that happens, if you kind of almost get them the same, but the signs is what's wrong. Anyway, I've got x minus 2 and x minus 2. So x minus 2 factorize out. What am I left with? X minus 4. And there is your answer. If you multiplied that out, you would get back to your question. Okay, so if these quadratics have a plus here and a plus here, it's straightforward. Okay, your factors are all going to be positive. You're going to split this up into two positive numbers as well. If you've got a plus here and a minus here, okay, you're going to have two negative factors, because your factors need to give you a negative number here when you add them together, but they need to multiply together to give you a positive number. So they must both be negative. Okay, so negative here, positive here means both of your factors are going to be negative. Okay, so look, just start by writing out your factors as normal, and then you can just add in the two minuses then.